today's trial is going to be sugaring. I recently saw it on Pinterest like a week or so ago and was like, huh, we'll try it. So that's what we're going to do today. Excuse my raggedy lookingness today. I just got back from a run, so I decided let's do it before I get cleaned up and eat dinner. So anyway, let's do it. So I have all my ingredients here. The recipe that I found calls for 2 cups of sugar, a quarter of a cup of lemon juice, and a quarter of a cup of water. So I'm gonna mix that up and then put it in the pot to start heating up. Okay, so the instructions say to mix all the ingredients well, place them in a deep pot, and let them cook over high heat for 4 to 5 minutes. And then when it starts to boil, remove it from the heat and pour into a deep bowl. So I'm going to do that now. Starting to come to a little bit of a boil, which is a good sign. Yeah! Just going to turn the heat down now and let it keep going. Okay, here it is a few minutes later. It's starting to get darker. It's still pretty thin though. Like if I see, it's still pretty thin. And I think some of that darker color is from the molasses that I added, but yeah, you can see whenever I start stirring it, it becomes all frothy. I think that's because of the acid in the lemon. But cool, I'm gonna let that keep going until it thickens up, and then we'll take it off the heat. Okay, so it's a lot darker now, but it's still pretty thin. But I think that's because I'm heating it. So, like one of the videos that I saw, it said that it should be like the consistency of honey. I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna get that. So I think I'll let it cook for a few minutes more and then maybe take it off the heat and let it cool down and see how it's looking then. Okay, so now it's like almost black, super dark, and I think it has the right consistency now. So now I'm going to take it off the heat and let it cool down. Probably take, I don't know, 10-20 minutes to cool down. And then we wax. So like I said, I just got back from a run, so I'm actually going to go clean off my legs before I test out the wax, because I'm sure there's lots of salt and dirt and oil on my legs. It's probably best to do it with clean skin. So I'm going to go do that while the wax cools off, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so it's cooled down quite a bit. Can you see that? And now I'm just going to pour it into this bowl. The recipe that I found on Pinterest said to pour it into a metal bowl. I'm not sure why, but we're just going to follow the recipe, so. Alright, moment of truth time. So I have my sugar wax. I have these popsicle sticks that I'm going to use to apply it, and then I made these strips out of just some spare fabric that I had from a t-shirt blanket that I made. So let's do the first test strip. So don't judge my manly hairy legs. I really wanted to make sure that my hair was long enough to use. Well, that plus laziness. What are you gonna do? So let's put the first strip on. You're supposed to put it on in the opposite direction of hair growth, and then rip it off in the direction of your hair growth. So let's just do a small strip. And you hear that? Yeah. That's the sound of someone who doesn't use their brain. Learn my lesson. That worked. Okay, so mistake number 1. You need to let the wax cool for like maybe 30 minutes, because I let it cool for about 15 and that was not long enough. So, I did take off the hair. Did take off the hair from my legs, but that was way too hot. Like, I might have a burn on my leg. We'll see. So I'm gonna let it cool down another like 15 minutes and then we'll do the rest. So I let the wax dry, or not dry, cool off a little more, and I made some more strips while I waited for it to cool. So now let's see if it's cool enough. Let's do a little test. It still feels pretty hot, but I want to see if I can like gather some and then let it cool on the stick. Just let it hold out of the mixture and see if I can cool it down that way. And let's test it. Let's do another spot. Oh yeah. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, so you saw what my leg looked like before. I'm gonna try to do the rest of my leg and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Okay, so here's my leg mostly done. I think it's done a pretty good job. There's still like a few spots where there's like hair, but that's user error because this is my first time doing it. But all in all, I'd say pretty good recipe. So I'm going to do the rest of my other leg and then I'll be back with some recap. Alright, let's do a quick recap of the Pinterest trial of the sugar scrub. Or not the sugar scrub, of the sugar wax. So, things that I liked about it, really simple, had like 3 ingredients, and pretty just straightforward. I think next time I make it, I will probably do half the batch that I did this time. I just basically followed the recipes like straight on and wasn't really sure how much I was gonna make, but I think if I do it again, I will probably split that in half. So because like I'm not too concerned about trying to save it for another time. It's really easy to make, so I think I'd rather just make it each time, and I don't want to like waste it, so I just cut that in half. And I would like to stress how important it is to make sure that you let the wax cool, because that's dangerous. Luckily my leg's okay. It wasn't like that bad of a burn. Like it's not, my leg's not even red now, but yeah, definitely let the wax cool before you start trying to apply it. Also, once you do begin, like once your wax is cool enough to start, I would say to move quickly, because the wax will, it starts cooling down kind of quick, or at least it did for me, because it's kind of hot outside right now and we have the air conditioner on, so I think that probably contributed to making the wax cool down a lot quicker. So move quickly, move fast when you start applying it. And also I would say to start in small strips of whatever, your leg or arm or wherever you're waxing. Definitely those strips that I made out of the old t-shirts definitely helped. So if you have like old t-shirts laying around or just scrap, those were scrap fabric that I had from a t-shirt quilt that I had done. So yeah, definitely the cotton t-shirt scraps, top notch. And I will be able to reuse them too. I just have them right now, I just have them soaking in the sink in water, and then I'll just wash them and have them soaking right now to get all of the sugar wax off of it and kind of loosen it up, and then I'll wash it and be able to use them again. So that's plus eco-friendly. I will say that the wax it can get really messy, so I would be aware of that whenever you're choosing your space to do it, and just bear that in mind. If you're not one for sticky messes, maybe you should just stick with having a professional do it, or shaving or whatever. I think it's definitely a good choice. You know, it lasts longer than shaving. It's a bit safer than the chemical depilatories, so definitely a plus. So we'll see how my legs are feeling tomorrow. It didn't really hurt too much. I mean, it's like it's hair being ripped out of your skin, but yeah, I mean, it's just like pain, and then so that that's another thing to consider. It really shouldn't hurt. Like if you have like a lasting pain, you're either doing it wrong or your wax is way too hot. I mean, the hair being ripped out, it's gonna probably sting for like a second, and then it should be over. So keep that in mind. But bottom line, would I do it? Would I make it again and use it again? Definitely yes. I think I'm going to try it again, and because, I mean, I already like waxing because it helps to make your hair finer, and eventually, if you do it enough, can help to stop the growth of hair. So I'm all for not having hair on my legs. So I think I'll do it again definitely, and try to keep up with it consistently. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm tired and I have to go to work in the morning, so I'm going to say goodnight, and I will catch you guys in the next one.